Hello, my people. It's me, Priestess Creole Queen, and today I'm going to talk to you about necromancy and setting up an ancestral altar for ancestors. So, you might ask, what is necromancy exactly? Well, necromancy is communication or contact with the dead. Necromancers communicate with the dead in order to find out information about the future. And one reason is because the dead once had knowledge that can be beneficial to the living. Um, what the dearly departed um, can't tell you is things that they know, things that they had no knowledge of when they were alive. Um, so unless they have like a spiritual gift, or unless they had a spiritual gift when they were living, or unless they had some type of special knowledge in their um, in their lifetime, then they won't have it in the afterlife. Okay, the dead will send confirmation of who they are. For example, sometimes my grandmother lets me know that she's around because I can smell her food. My grandmother had the best bread pudding, I'm telling you, and whenever I smell that bread pudding, I just know that my grandmother's around. Um, so they send messages, they give hints on where to find something that you might have lost. They could give knowledge and ideas. For example, like if you had a relative who was a successful entrepreneur, they might be able to help you um, to be successful in business. um, they could give you knowledge and impart wisdom to you, and that would help with your business. Um, okay, so I want to get into how do we contact the dead. Okay, and it's quite simple. There's different devices. There's different things, different methods that you can use to contact the dead. One method is using the EVP detectors, and I have an app on my phone actually that I'm going to show you. It's called Ghost Detector Pro, and it will detect if there's any ghosts in the room. Hmm. So I'm right here, and it looks like I have at least 2 or 3 spirits in the room with me. Okay. Yeah, so that's one way. So yeah, so these EVP detectors, they pick up paranormal activity. Also, if sometimes you might take pictures and you might see these orbs, like these, it looks like lights, like flashes of lights, and that's also some paranormal activity. When you're taking pictures and you see these little orbs. that's a good indication that spirits are around. Also, sometimes you just might pick it up on your devices. You pick it up on your, you know, in your pictures. You pick them up in recordings. You might be recording something. You hear something a little bit in the background. That could be spirits. Sometimes I take pictures of my spell work and I could see paranormal activity. I could see faces in the smoke and um, different things. Okay, another way for you to have contact with the dead is also channeling. Channeling, there's two ways that you can do channeling. Channeling is when you allow a spirit to possess you in order to get information. While you speak, the spirit uses your vocal cords, your body, and everything, comes into you, and you speak the message. I usually don't allow the spirit to possess me, but I can hear what the spirit is saying. I can hear, and I would relay the message. Um, Automatic writing is when you tune into the spirit and allow it to possess your mind, and you write all the information. It's automatic. It's like, the spirit takes over and you're just writing, and you don't really know consciously, you don't know what you're writing, but you just write, and you get the message that way. Writing is my gift, and I use automatic writing a lot. Um, yeah, so that's how I operate. Also, of course, the Ouija board is another good way to contact the dead. Okay, so I want to show you the altar that I set up for my ancestral altar. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to show you my ancestral altar. But before I do that, um, some necromancers, I wanted to tell you that some necromancers, they stand in front of the grave and they'll call a spirit forth in order to raise the dead. And sometimes, they might go so far as, actually getting into the grave and stealing the bones. They might steal the skull or the spine, or steal the hand or something like that. Well, this is not my practice. I don't I don't steal bones. I prefer to create a link without disturbing the body of the deceased. Okay. There are spells that you can do to summon the dead, to call up the spirit, and you can summon the dead so that they can manifest themselves. Um, so the most important way to begin to have a relationship with the dead, with your ancestors, your dead relatives, is the most important way. This is the most important way. Begin to have a relationship with your ancestors by creating an altar to them. Um, so I'm going to show you my altar. And so here is one of my ancestral altars. This is my grandmother who raised me as her own. This woman was there for me when no one was there. My grandmother was a very good woman, very kind woman. She liked to have a good time. She liked to party. She liked to cook. And she was there for me. So here I have her picture. Um, on your altar, you can have a picture of your ancestor or ancestors. You might choose to have more than one. Um, some flowers, some candles. You might want to put a white candle. Um, I have a glass of water. I have her favorite drink. She loved um, she loved Jack Daniels. That's what she liked to drink. So I put her favorite drink here, and me and her might have a drink together later. A bowl of salt. I have a bowl of graveyard dirt. I have some incense, and you could put anything that they like. My grandmother, she was a smoker, so I put a pack of her cigarettes. Well, really, she didn't smoke these kind of cigarettes. Actually, these are Ecuadorian cigarettes, but they're kind of like what she used to smoke, so put that there. Um, Jewelry, perfume, cologne, candy, anything that they liked. Um, it would create a link, a link to them. So that's all I'm going to say right now on necromancy and communicating with the dead. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little informative for you. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace.